Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 3 of Civilization 5 as France. Got a little bit of a barbarian problem, but what's new in Civ 5? They're absolutely everywhere, but we're doing our best to sort of clear them up and hopefully we can actually get our settler over to the spot that we want to be. Got some hand axes up there that we need to deal with. You're desperately trying to go and pillage my silver mine. No. Not going to happen. At least now I can actually get this archer and the settler out. Start moving them towards the spot where I want to found my second city. It'd be very, very disappointing if we didn't get that now, especially as I picked up desert folklore specifically for that purpose. We should be able to kill this guy, hopefully. Our scout's in pretty bad shape. But we've now met Kaisel, which is quite nice. Looks like they've had their gold pillage. We are going to have to heal up there. Let's go on to the next turn. We're still way down at the bottom of the scores, mostly because we only have a single city, so things will change there. You're constructing the quarry. Obviously, you got interrupted because the enemy got within one tile of you, and workers do tend to fret a little. Oh, isn't that fantastic? We've got more archers to contend with. Well, let's grab our warrior. Let's move you up onto the hill, and we're just going to hit you if we can. We'll leave the settler where it is. Now we're definitely going to get the library. We can't delay any more on that. We need to get it. You guys can move up onto the hill and fortify, just because the hill is it gives you the defensive bonus. Settler, I'm afraid you're going to have another turn of standing around doing nothing. Can't take the risk of losing the settler. It just takes too long to recruit them. We have calendar, so we can now get the plantation. We could actually just go ahead and kill you straight away with our warrior, which is what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and move the archer onto the hill. There's the barbarian camp. That's where all these barbarians are coming from. Right, I've just accidentally clicked on you, so let's put you in the right spot. Move you up in that direction. We should be relatively safe there. We will go ahead and do some mass murdering of the barbarians very shortly. What are we going to need next? We're probably going to need sailing, because we will have whales and fish here, so they're going to be quite important to us. What else do we need? Bronze working could be useful. Let's see if we can find any iron on the map. Let's go on to the next turn. Now, they may come out and attack us because they'll see the settler. No, they've decided not to, which, as far as I'm concerned, is good. Now, what I'm actually going to do is move the settler onto the warrior and just fire at you guys a little bit with the archers and weaken you off. And we'll drop the settler off, and then we'll double back and wipe out that camp. Settler will have a free turn, but you're just going to do nothing for now. On to the next turn. Don't think we'll have any trouble from this guy. Nope, none at all. So we'll move the warrior up onto the hill. We'll move the settler up onto the hill. And then on the next turn, we can found our second city. Finally! It's only taken 57 turns to get a second city. What have we got that needs doing? You guys have done that. You need to get back down here and fix that farm. And then luckily, hopefully, we shouldn't have too many more barbarian problems once we've dealt with this camp down here. But who knows? Yep, you guys go ahead and repair that. You guys continue to plink away. We are going to settle Orleans. You can actually fire at them from there, which is fantastic. And that means we can move you in and clear the camp out on this turn. Wonderful. We are going to have to get another worker, though. This is definitely a problem. Do I want to build one? Do I want to buy one? We're also going to need to get... well, we get the free monument, which is very, very nice. A worker would take 35 turns. Which is a very, very, very long time. But we will grow in population quite quickly. I'm very tempted to just buy a worker at this point. I think what we're going to do here is start work on a granary. Simply because we've got the wheat here. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and purchase a worker. Well, I would do if I could afford it. We'll move this guy down when we can, just to get that set up as quickly as possible. And we have bumped into Austria. Let's trade and have mutual embassies, if you'll accept that. She does indeed. And she's up there. Okay, so not terribly far away. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fire at my guys. What are my guys doing to you? Not an awful lot. It's free XP, I suppose. So my scout gets a promotion. Let's give you survivalism, because I think you're going to need it. You can just continue to fortify. You get a promotion. What do we go for here, though? Because we've got a good mix of open and closed terrain. I think we're actually going to give you the... That's a difficult one to choose from, that. This is one thing I do like about Civilization Beyond Earth, is you don't have to worry too much about whether you're going to be fighting in open terrain or rough terrain. I think I'm going to give these guys the... shock promotion, just because I'm going to be dealing with these guys over here. We'll move them back into the city, because I don't like the fact that we've got this barbarian hand axe here. Yeah, as expected, we should be working that tile. It'd be absolutely ludicrous if we weren't, but indeed we are. Unit needs orders. We might as well bring the archers over here and try and do something about those barbarians. Is there another camp? Yeah, there's another camp down there. We might have to deal with that camp as well. Just try and wipe out as many of these barbarians as possible before they start causing trouble for us later on. Are you guys going to continue to attack me? Yes, of course you are. That's actually hurting quite a bit now. Orleans can fire on an enemy, because they were dumb enough to move closer to me. You guys are on a hill. You should have a relatively good shot from there. And if I tried to attack with you guys, you would technically be attacking across a river. But I'm going to put you there just for zone of control purposes anyway. That worker has finished now. I'd love to get that worker down here to go and connect that wheat up. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that worker down there to go and connect that wheat up. It'll be safe enough because we do have our forces down here at the moment. Definitely need to build some more military units, especially with what Russia was pumping out earlier as well. Now, at least we are healing each turn, and these guys are getting severely weak. Look at that. He's down to one man, and he's still shooting at me. He's fired at by the hand axe, which is hardly surprising. Will that kill you? No. So, let's do that. That should kill you off. And it does indeed. So you can heal up there. We'll keep that archer on that hill for now. You guys are going to come down and get that wheat connected up. Definitely going to need another worker at some point. I might just actually train one after the library in Paris. It's probably the best option. You are really annoying me. Can I kill you off, and will it give me any kind of props with Kaisel? Well, certainly managed to kill you off. Barbarian killed near Kaisel, so that gives us a little bit of reputation with them. Obviously, the camp is still there, so we do have to be careful with that. We will heal up again if we can. Got bronze working. We could just go ahead and steal another worker from Kaisel. It's not a very nice thing to do, I admit, but it does save a lot of turns of production. But it does mean also getting them back home, which is quite tricky sometimes. Did we get any iron? Well, there's some iron there, and it's within reach of Orleans, so that's not too bad. No iron within reach of Paris. There's some over there. Now, this is quite close to Japan, but it might be worth settling over here somewhere just to get a city next to a mountain. And we could potentially then get gold, spices, iron. If we settled here, for example, we could reach the gold, we could reach the spices, we could reach the iron and the wheat. And the cows. I think that might be city number 3, to be honest. What would we like to go for next? I'm going to go sailing, simply because we do have a coastal city now, and it does have some resources on the coast that we'd very much like to have. You're going to heal up. You're definitely going to heal up. You want to attack Hiawatha. I've got no interest in doing that, but you go and fill your boots. At least we know we've got a couple of people that would be willing to go to war with each other. We've run out of happiness now because Orleans has grown, so we are going to have to connect up one of these resources. Very tempted to just go and buy a workboat and drop it down on the whales at this point. But I really would like to get another settler. I think settlers are quite expensive though, aren't they? Yeah, 500 gold for a settler. I think we're going to have to create a settler. Yeah, anyway, you guys work on the farm. You're working food tiles because there's not a lot else you can do. I'm glad you're working the food tiles with the gold because we're not actually making any gold per turn at the moment. You have finished the library. Now, as nice as some of these things are going to be, I think we need to get a caravan at this point. Or do I go for the settler? Don't have any happiness. We're going to go for the settler. We can't afford to lose what could be a very decent spot. We are going to have to sort of escort that settler across, though, which is going to be the interesting part. And I might actually do that with the archer, so I'm going to start moving this archer across. Can we speed up the production of this settler at all? What are we on? 6 turns. 6 turns. 7 turns. It's like 6 turns is the best we can do. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that then. If 6 turns is the best we can do, then 6 turns is the best we can do. And we'll continue to move that archer over into the city. No one's nabbed that spot yet, have they? No. Tokyo are sort of... Well, Japan is kind of spreading in this direction, but not too much, so we should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gold tile is out of range of Tokyo, so at least our borders would spread to it naturally and theirs wouldn't, but I may have to buy it up quickly if they do start moving towards it with speed, because that could be problematic. Looks like we've got some more barbarians moving in there, and they're bound to attack me because that's what barbarians do. They've pillaged their gold mine because, again, that's what barbarians do. You guys just sit there in the city for now. Let's just have a quick look up there. Am I in any danger from you? Probably. I'm just going to sit there, though. I am still fortified. And they may well attack me. Obviously, they're going to take a lot of damage from the city. So, no, they're actually moving towards the city. That's fine. We've discovered sailing. We couldn't kill those guys off even if we wanted to, so we're not going to bother. What do we want to get next? Getting a lighthouse wouldn't be a bad idea. But we do want to start to move into some of the higher techs. We are getting a little bit behind here. What would be nice for us now? Actually, we will get trapping because then we can produce a circus. And at least then we'd have a way of getting a little bit of happiness back. Archer's going to have to stay there until the settler is ready. Still no happiness. Oh, you're going to get killed by the archers in Kaisel, so we're not going to get the kill on that barbarian, which is a shame. Okay, units needing orders. You're going to sit and do nothing. You've now finished with that. Let's get you away from where all these barbarians are. Or maybe even just run you towards another barbarian camp, because, you know, why not? More barbarians here. Now, these workers are technically safe, because there's zone of control. So, this barbarian can't move the 2 spaces, because he'd be moving past our warrior. So, we could dive in and do a little bit of damage there. We're not at full health, though. We'll see if these guys can actually finish the farm. In fact, the farm is now finished and we can move them into the city on the next turn. Would we like to get these whales? I think we very much would. And a workboat is 240. Still can't even afford a workboat yet. We really need to sort out our economy. It is not good. The economy is very, very not good. So, let's see what these guys do. Yep, they're coming to try and get my worker. They're not going to manage it. Going to go ahead and put my worker in the city. Going to go ahead and attack with my warriors. What we'll do is go and connect this citrus up next because it's the closest thing that we can get, and that will give us a little bit of additional happiness. Archer again, you need to stay there for one more turn. Now, is that actually a barbarian camp? Yes, but it's unattended, and we've found a natural wonder. Oh, the barbarian camp's actually gone. But still, we found a natural wonder, which gives us a little bit of happiness. That is wonderful. Obviously, it's far too far away from ourselves. It's very unusual. Normally, when you see natural wonders in this game, they're normally within the territory of a city-state. And we found Ethiopia. Yep. I did recognise the colour of the border, but I was having a little bit of a moment where my brain was trying to remember who it was. So, there is Ethiopia. Who's that? We have one player left to find who's probably over here. There's quite a lot of empty space between ourselves, Japan and Russia. There's definitely a bit of room to expand, so that could be quite an interesting thing. Production in Paris, we have finished that settler. I think now it's time to get a caravan. We need to get some money going. We're going to start moving out with that settler. Is it still free for us to plonk a city down there? It is indeed. Going to kill that barbarian off with my brute because I'll get the experience, although they're nearly experience capped anyway. But that should give them a promotion, I think. Yep, they should get a promotion. Worker, you're going to go over there and you'll work the citrus on the next turn. And we'll get these guys healed up again. At least we are starting to get some faith now. Not a massive amount. We've got trapping. That's very useful. You guys, 5 turns to get the plantation. Not the best tile to work, but I'm doing it for the luxury resource more than anything else. What else do I want to go into? I guess we should start working into philosophy so we can get the National College. That's not a bad idea. Unit needs orders. Let's continue to move in this direction. I mean, there are probably some better spots for cities, but I think we can settle these later. I think this is a good spot simply because it will give me spice. It'll give me 2 unique luxury resources. 1, 2, 3. It won't give me the bananas. So it'll give me 2 unique luxury resources. It'll give me 2 iron. It'll give me some wheat and some cattle because that cattle's out of reach of Paris. So I think that's actually a good spot. So that's why I'm working my way over there. You guys continue to sort of scootle around here. That will end up within Ethiopia's territory at some point. You just heal up. You might as well sit on the farm and protect it, as it's the only upgraded tile. It'll help stop it from being pillaged. We are going to have to go across to the east at some point and deal with that barbarian camp, just because it's an absolute pain in the neck. Let's continue to move over. Oh, of course, we're moving through forest, which delays us significantly. Not the end of the world. Of course, when we pop that city down, it's going to give us some more unhappiness problems. Wow, looks like Ethiopia's got the monopoly on incense. Look at that. That's 4 incense within a few tiles of each other. 3 of them all adjacent. So, good for them. Of course, we don't want resources like that are right next to each other, because we want resources that are fairly spread out, so we can put chateaus next to them. We get another policy. Let us go ahead and get monarchy, because that'll get us out of our unhappiness problem. Gives us a little bit of gold as well. So that's quite nice that we did get that before things got too bad. There we go. We're heading towards Austria's borders. Not too sure who the last player is or what direction they're in, but we'll keep having a look around. Still looks safe here. Now, I am going to go and settle on that tile because I want the river and I want the mountain so we can build an observatory. And try and get our science up a little bit this turn. For any of you wondering, I'm still not using any mods. I never really play Civilization 5 with mods. I know a lot of people recommend using things like Info Addicts and enhanced user interface and stuff like that. I've never really bothered with them. Enhanced user interface does have its uses, and I like it for Beyond Earth. But generally, I don't I don't use any at all. Look at that, another 2 sources of incense. If you had a city on that tile there, it would be able to work 6 incense sources. That is absolutely insane. Not too sure if there's any more around there, but there's every possibility that there could be. You've healed up. Obviously, it was quicker because we were in the city's borders. We might as well leave you there for now. You're not doing anything, anything particularly useful. Doesn't appear to be any other barbarians around to cause us a problem right away. There is that one up near our settler. I don't think he's attacked. He hasn't even moved towards us, which is quite interesting. So let's go ahead and found the city. There's actually a few barbarians around, although we know there's a camp down there, so that's hardly surprising. So let's go ahead and try and deal with the hand axes first, because they are going to be the most dangerous. Now, obviously, we will have got ourselves a free monument in there. So, what do we want to get? I guess getting a library is going to be quite important because we are going to want to get our national college as soon as possible. We do have happiness issues now, but we are working on that citrus, so that's not too much of a problem. Looks like we've got a bit of a mountain range here. We do have some sugar. We might be able to squeeze past Ethiopia's borders and go and have a look around the other side of the mountain range. We shall have to go and see. Kaisel desires a trade route. Now that's worth building a trade route just for that purpose, just to complete the quest. Again, I think what we're going to do is attack the hand axes for now, just because they're already weakened. In fact, we actually managed to kill them completely, which now means that the archers can fire at the brutes. In positive happiness, we must have got that citrus connected. Can we get around here? Looks like we might be able to. Looks like there's a bit of tundra up here as well. Yep, you have got that citrus connected up. Now, do I want you to build a farm down here, or do I want you to go up and connect something else? I guess it might be worth connecting up the other citrus, just because that way we will have a luxury that we can trade, and we can trade that for another luxury, and hopefully get some more happiness that way. But we are over the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to end the video there. We're not at the bottom of the scoreboard anymore, although we're not far from it, but it's certainly an improvement. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5 as France, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.